Watching the 2024-25 SCAC Basketball Media Days. Today we're taking a dive into the Austin College women's basketball program. The Roos will once again be led as they head into the season. The guys, head coach Michelle Filander, along with leadership from junior Grace Moothart. Coach Grace, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. We're very excited to be here.
Coach, we'll open up with you heading into your 15th season as the head coach of this women's basketball program there at Austin College. I'm interested what you just feel that has been the biggest growth within your program over these last 14 plus years, and how excited are you just to be back here at the start of a new season and get ready to go with this group heading into 24-25?
Yeah, I think going into a 15th year, it's almost surreal at this point, to look back and to say that it's been this long of a journey, and to know that you're a little bit of a unicorn in this profession, to be at the same place for so long. It's there's a surrealness to it, but at the same time, it's not ever felt like 15 years. Every year is a new year. Every year is just as exciting as the last. And so that's still the case. And, I've always said to people, you're doing the right thing when you never wake up a single day and feel like you're going to work. And it has never, ever felt like work. It is work, and we work very hard, but it has never felt like work. And so to be here and to keep doing this and to work with fantastic student athletes and to build these relationships I have so much gratitude. I have so much gratitude for the situation to Austin College and the opportunities that I've had in the last 15 years. And just to watch the cycles and to live the cycles. And sometimes they're exhilarating, they're the best moments of your life when the outcomes are your way. But at the same time, when things get disrupted and things are not going quite as well as you would have hoped, it pushes you to a different place, and it makes you puts you into a reflective state, and you learn a lot and you grow a lot. And so both have their purpose, and we've experienced all of it here in the last decade and a half. And it's just been a ride. It's been the joy of a lifetime.
Grace, coming into your junior season, it's obviously a big year for you, first year as an upperclassman. And from a team perspective, this group, as we talked about before coming on, I felt like you could use an extra month to the season, that the group really started to find their pace down the back half of the season, won 6 of your last 10 games, advanced into the SCAC tournament. So, what's the vibe like now at the start of this new season, coming off the way last year ended? What's been the culture, the vibe, the excitement like at practice, and how much is this group looking forward to getting back to playing basketball in the start of the new season?
Yeah, we're super excited. Like you said, yeah, we ended on a really strong track. We gained some good traction. So, I mean, over the summer, and especially like returning, quite a few of us back, we've just really been ready to get back into it. We're in the gym working because it's exciting, and I think the youth, we're all just ready. Like, that's the word. Yeah.
Coach, you talk about sort of those cycles. And obviously, I think, one of the great things about college sports is every year brings a new team. No team is the same. So, tell us a little about this 24-25 version. What have you learned about this team early on as preseason has gotten unfolded? What are some things that you've noticed that give you confidence that this group is heading the right direction? And how have some of the newcomers started to adjust to your program?
Sure. A couple of things. One, and I don't mean to sound cliche, but our leadership has been absolutely fantastic this year. And it's been consistent over the years. We've had great leaders, but with this particular group, our leadership is such that it's making your job as a coach very easy. Me and Coach Swift, my assistant, sometimes we feel like, is there anything for us to do? Like, do you need us? Where can we kind of do our jobs here? So that's a good problem to have. We've been spoiled by this particular group of upperclassmen and their buy-in culturally, their buy-in to what we're doing and to where we're trying to advance the program at this point in our evolution. And it's nice from a coaching perspective when you're not the one saying it. They're saying the things, and you just get to sit there and back them up and encourage it. So it's very player led, and that's an exciting place again to be. So there's that piece. The second piece that I'm most excited about with this particular group is the way, from an on-court perspective, the way that they adjust. You know, if we tell them something, if we need to teach something, if there's something we've got to fix, they can get it fixed pretty quickly. And I told them just this week in practice, I'm like, if you're a team that can fix something and fix something quickly and get it adjusted and we move forward, we have the potential to be something very special. And so their ability to eat up a learning curve, their desire to want to learn, to want to grow, to want to get better, has been very impressive from a coaching perspective. It's exciting. That's exactly what you want to be working with. So that's been fun. And that's been particularly encouraging for us to see happen so early in the year. And then our newcomers are newcomers. They're, you know, they don't know what they don't know. They're excited. They bring a lot of energy. They're learning. And their heads are probably spinning a little bit at times this early in the year, but they're doing a great job, and they're assimilating, you know, into the culture. Our leadership is doing a fantastic job of welcoming them and putting their arms around them and working through the process of onboarding and getting used to us and what we do. And I think they're going to have the opportunity then to impact us pretty quickly.
Grace, individually, coming off an outstanding sophomore season, really elevating your game and jumping into a new role, jumping into that starting position, and really career year for you. So what have you grown to love about being a college athlete, being a college basketball player, and why has being a part of this Austin College women's program specifically helped kind of bolster those things that you love so much about being a college athlete?
Okay, so I love seeing the ball go in the basket. That's just me being a shooter. So that's the really physical answer of just making shots. But then what's Austin College does to be able to allow you to do that is really the people who are with you in your journey, because being a college athlete, it's really all about the experiences, like both on the court but off the court. And here I have the right teammates and the right coaches that let that happen. Like there's always someone in the gym that's willing to shoot with you, but then there's always someone to just have a great time with you, no matter if that's on the court, in the game, practice, or, you know, when we're traveling, literally just being friends. Like it's a great environment here, and it's a great, like, being a student athlete. Yeah.
You know, Coach, you talked about kind of feeling like a bit of a unicorn, you know, going into this 15th season. I'm interested, what have you grown to love about coaching? Why has this worked so well for you? What do you enjoy about it so much that keeps motivating you? And then, you know, on top of that, similar to what I asked Grace, why has it worked so well at Austin College? Because you've had such great success. You've had so many tremendous moments throughout your time there. So clearly, there has been a simpatico relationship that's worked so well. What do you see as being that reason?
Yeah, so I mean, just the general question first about coaching. I think for me, it's been that coaching presents a set of problems that I enjoy solving. And that to me is the secret, right? If you're spending your time solving the problems that you want to solve, that you enjoy solving, then you've cracked the code for happiness. And that's what coaching has been for me, the opportunity to spend time with student athletes, to build relationships, to you know, to compete. That has never left since I was a player. So to stay involved in something you love, and that be the you know, the mechanism that you get to use to build your livelihood is really, you know, been a dream come true in that way. And specifically to Austin College. And I really, truly hope that my administration hears this, because it's very true. Austin College is a very nurturing environment for a transformational experience. You know, we heard a little bit about this last weekend. I think Nick Saban talked about it, the difference between transactional versus transformational. And so much of what we do these days is very transactional. But Austin College represents an environment where a transformational experience can truly take root, and it can flow, and it can blossom, and it can grow, because Austin College loves you in the good times and the bad times, and that's unique. And I don't think there's words for me to express how grateful I am that this was the environment I found myself in, and the opportunity to coach here and be here and grow here and learn here, because that's truly what makes it so special.
Finally, Grace, as we wrap up with you, as you've had conversations with some of the other teammates and leaders within that locker room about some of the goals and expectations heading into this year, especially, coming off the excitement of last year and the momentum heading in the right direction? What have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what do you see as being key for this group to accomplish those things heading into this?
We're just surrounded with a team of competitive players and I'd say hungry players. That we're always talking after just after games and practice, like day to day, there's evaluations that we're just like sharing and like how what happened and then where we're going from there. And it's always in the growth mindset. And so I think mindset will really that will keep us solid this season, is always looking to get better. And it's just awesome that everyone here is really committed to that. And I think you don't see that everywhere. So we're excited. We are.
And finally, Coach, as we wrap up with you, what's been the message this preseason? What has been kind of your focus, you and Coach Swift, as far as getting this team prepared, whether it's, hey, we do these things really well and we want to be great at them. Hey, these are some things we maybe need to work on coming out of last year. What's kind of been that message as this group really prepares and ramps up to get this season underway here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, for us, the message has been really specific to what's the next step, right? As we move and transition from a team last year that was very young, very, very young. We were predominantly freshmen and sophomores. Yes, we had some great seniors last year that definitely impacted us and contributed in a big way. But for the most part, we were young. And in that youth, there was a lot of just get to the next day, just survive this and learn the most important lesson in the moment, but really not be able to color much outside those lines. And as we move into this year and we move into becoming still a young team as sophomores and juniors, but definitely a much more experienced team because that youth had to play so much, the goal and the message has been, okay, we now know what we know, and we need to add a layer of sophistication to this. We need to be able to manipulate the game better rather than just play the game. We need to understand the game and execute the game at a new level. And so that's been the message, and it's definitely been received. And so we're excited about that.
Austin College head women's basketball coach Michelle Filander, along with leadership from junior Grace Moothart. The Roos open up the 2024-25 campaign when they take on Hendricks on November 15th. Coach, Grace, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.